Michael, on an unusual Saturday not having a game, did you have somebody go to Stevenage though in particular, because Yeovil did play?
Yeah, we had someone at the game, obviously watched the game back as well, so that's just usual protocol really. So just disappointing that we, coming off the back of a good performance at home, that the game was called off so early. The referee's obviously got to make a decision, because I think they have to make it so early just because of the travelling that Cambridge were going to have to do, because I think the pitch probably would have been okay, but it's taken out of our hands.
Yeovil did a lot of business towards the end of the window. I think they had 5 changes on Saturday, so what was the feedback of how they played?
Well, they've sort of changed the shape a little bit. They've gone to a 3 in the middle of the pitch, and they look a little bit more solid, because they were quite gung-ho when we played them early in the season, almost a 4-2-4 at times. So they look like they've shored it up a little bit, and they've signed a couple of players. Obviously Ryan Seager we had in training with us, so they brought, like I said, brought in quite a few. And
Craig Alcock's gone back there, having been here obviously. There's no stipulation, I suppose, that he can't play in the game on Tuesday?
No. He was, his contract ended, so he was free to sign for whoever he wanted. We knew there was a good chance he would end up going to Yeovil, because he knows the manager well. He started his career there as well. So apart from Tuesday, we wish him all the luck in the world, because he was a great bloke, and he did probably more behind the scenes than what he did on the pitch. He did okay when he played, but he didn't play as many games, so I'm sure he wanted to.
Your other Yeovil old boy, Kevin Dawson, came on and did well against Macclesfield as a sub. Can he be a bit more than a cameo player for you in the back end of the season, because he hasn't been fit all the time, has he?
No, well, he's still coming back from his knee injury. He was out a long time, and obviously he wasn't training over the Christmas period based on just the volume of games. So he's been getting fit during minutes, and he's been doing well in training. And there's always opportunities for people to come in and affect the game, which is what you want. You want the subs to come and affect the game. That's why you have them. Now Dawson want to start every game, of course he does. I'd be disappointed if he didn't want to start every game. That's up to me and the staff decision of picking the right team for certain games, and like I said, all he can do at the minute is what he's been doing.
Will they be smarting a bit, do you think, from that 4-1 beating that you gave them?
I think that's long gone now. Like I said, half the team's changed since then. They'll need the points the same as what we need the points. If they beat us, they go above us. That's the challenge for them. Obviously the same goes as say it every week, but we can put 5 points between us and them again, so that's another home game, an important game. We're aware of this run of games, how important they are.
With the window having closed now, are you kind of relieved that you can get back to just coaching the squad and only injuries will impact on it rather than this potential moving in or out?
Yeah, we had a meeting literally the 1st of February. I said, right, this is it now, this is the group. There's all the agendas and people need to go out the window. It's about the team, because people have other things going on in their lives. People's contracts are coming up, people have been linked with other clubs, and so all that needs to go until we're safe, basically, because nothing will get sorted anywhere from anyone. So the agents and family members and all the outside noise, we need to make sure that we keep it in-house and we deliver what we know we can.
And in terms of the squad, is Jordan Tilson that anchor you've been looking for in the midfield in the window?
He's something different to what we have. It's too early. It's all right saying we've brought players in we think will affect the team, but he's a bit more dogged. He's a bit more defensively minded. We've got lots of good footballers in the team, but too often in recent weeks we've been getting done in one ball. So we're hoping that Jordan comes in. If and when he plays, he will give us a bit more solidity in the middle of the pitch.
And he's got 120 games behind him as well, which some of the younger lads who you might have been offered do not have.
Well, I think the profile that we went for, we didn't really want first-time loans, because you get offered lots and lots of good footballers. But sometimes first-time loans, you never know what you're going to get. We're not in a position where we can take a risk. Jordan's played 25. He's played 25 games already this season, so he's fit. Again, you look at the last window and you're getting people like Tyrone in and Chris Clements in, good players, but they weren't fit. So it took 2 months to get them up and running. So, people like Bingham, Billy Waters probably a little bit short on game time, but they're all fit and ready to go.
And given that you say you're coming off the back of that Macclesfield win, has there been some energy about the group because of the way that result was achieved?
I think the group were good. The group, they train well. I think last Friday, the staff spent an hour trying to clear a little area You see the conditions that the lads, they just go on with it. They're good as regards to, there's not many sappers, the ones that moan at everything. We don't have many of them, which is a positive for the group.
And injury-wise, Sean Long was out doing part of the warm-up on the Macclesfield day. Obviously, it's another week on for Will Boyle. Are those two just getting a bit closer?
Longy's training every day now, so he's definitely getting closer. Boyle had a little bit of a setback last week, so they're just taking him back a stage now. So he nothing major. It's just probably put another week onto what it already was. So, but Longy's a positive because he's looking quite bright.